hapa ambao pia ndio tunafanya kazi nao na mheshimiwa hapa, the community leaders na kila mtu. Na tuseme siku ya leo tumekuja kuangalia na macho yetu mahali uwanja wa ndege wa Nakuru umefika. Kwa sababu kama vile mnakumbuka, mwezi wa 12 mwaka jana tulikuja na tukazindua mradi huu, na tuna furaha kwa sababu tumeona tumeweza kuchukua hatua na tumehakikishia kwamba ifikapo mwaka wa 2022 August tutakuwa tukikamilisha mradi huu. Kwa hivyo yetu ni kushukuru sana kwa kazi ambayo inaendelea, na pia niseme mradi huu haungewezekana ila kwa rais kuingilia na kuhakikisha pesa zimewekwa katika mradi huu, na pia kuona vile ambavyo tutakaweza kutumia hii airport ya hapa Nakuru kama njia moja ya kufungua uchumi wa hapa Nakuru, uchumi tukizingatia mambo ya kiutalii, mambo ya ukulima na biashara ambayo inafanyika hapa. Kwa hivyo tuna matumaini makubwa sana katika hii airport, na vile tutakuwa tukifanya wanapokaribia kumaliza, hii itakuwa ni phase ya kwanza. Tulikuwa tumesema kwamba kutakuwa na phase ya pili ambapo pia tutaangalia sehemu zingine ambazo zinapaswa kupanuliwa, zikiwemo barabara ambazo zinazunguka sehemu hii, barabara kupitia lanet, vile civilian wataweza kuingia hapo na mambo kama hayo, na nimehakikishiwa kwamba tayari wanafanya hizo estimates ili tuweze kuwakilisha na kuweza kutafuta budget hiyo kupitia serikali kuu. Kwa hivyo yangu tu ni kushukuru Kenya Airports Authority, the Ministry of Transport led by CS Macharia, and in particular also the President for his relentless commitments to ensure that this project comes to fruition. The people of Nakuru have great hopes, have great expectations on this airport. And just for those who may not know, we have talked about this airport for over 20 years and it never happened. But now we can see clear demonstration of commitment on the side of government, both in terms of budget and also implementation of the actual project. So we will work together with the stakeholders, the business community. And my only challenge to all the people in Nakuru is that when the government invests this kind of projects, they will not make any sense if the business community does not align itself to take advantage of it. If you're in the tourism sector, once the government has set the infrastructure, how do you plan to take advantage of this? Through conferencing, through meetings? How do you align yourself? If you're selling vegetables locally and away, this airport can mean a lot. So I think the next phase that we want to get into is also to advise our people that we may do big highways, big airports, but they will only make sense to the extent that the local community appreciates, understands, and can be able to make economic capital out of that. And in so doing, some people will get employment, others are going to get money and indirect subcontracts and so on. So we believe that among many other things that we should be doing is also to engage the community on aligning them to the bigger goals that are ahead of us, and in particular, how we can ensure that the money we put as national government and county governments, there is a return on investment from that money. And that can only come through cooperation, especially with the private sector. And then lastly also is to confirm that the airport is part of the many other projects that we are doing in Nakuru, all aimed at opening Nakuru to make it a city, to make it a viable city, and I think also more importantly, to make it attractive for business and employment for people across the region. To serve the people of Nyandarua, Baringo, Narok, and all these regions around us, including Laikipia. So this is an asset for the entire region, and we hope that in the days to come, indeed we are going to work around that. So mine is to thank you, and also to say this is one of the projects where in spite of the corona, we have seen progress going on. And I think adaptability of contractors in the face of some of the challenges, the pandemic, has also shown that we are also good at adapting. Because if we stopped all our projects because the pandemic is here, then it's going to be very difficult. So I think the next phase also we need to be looking at is adaptability of the different sectors, including construction, into the pandemic. How can we continue doing our work even in the face of the pandemic? And you know, lockdowns come and go, but I think the work must continue throughout. For Nakuru, I want to confirm that we have been continuing with our vaccination, which is very important to ensure that our economy continues to run. And we are among the counties that are leading in terms of vaccination. And vaccination has a direct connection with the economy. Because if a population is vaccinated up to a certain percentage, it means even when the fourth or the fifth wave comes, then the spread is going to be reduced, and even the severity is going to be reduced. We are aware that lockdowns are imminent if populations are not vaccinated, and therefore we want to say that we are currently negotiating with the ministry to get more vaccines, and as soon as we get, we'll be able to go down to the community, because we believe that the best way to forestall some of these challenges when they come, the closures and all that, is to ensure that a significant percentage of the population is actually vaccinated. And these will now finally tie up with all these other projects that we are doing, so that we don't keep closing and opening the economy, because it has a major impact on the people out there. So once again, my big thank you. And in another 3-4 months, we will come so that we can assess the progress that we have made. Asante.